What is up, guys? We will be today making a review on the new Battlefield 6 map that just released. It's called Eastwood. It's set in California. We're going to be today having a look at it, giving the first impressions. Eventually, maybe later, make a complete review of it. But today we will be, like I said, going through the first impressions that I have of this map. Well, I've been playing lots of Battlefield 6 for the recent 2 months almost. Just 1 month really, but yeah, either way. A little bit backstory of me regarding Battlefield. I have been playing this franchise since Battlefield 5, but in theory I've been playing this franchise from Battlefield 3. Now there's a huge asterisk to it. I've been only playing like the demo. If I remember correctly, it was Battlefield 3, maybe before. Just you can correct me in the comments below if you know. So I have a little bit of a kind of a understanding of what Battlefield is. I liked Battlefield 5 personally. Maybe not the campaign, but the multiplayer mode was great. Now Battlefield 2042, it was a different beast, not in a good way. I got into it because I just wanted of a disastrous launch. I wanted to experience it. And yeah, I was not disappointed in that regard. Yeah, that's really all I have to say about 2042. Now, Battlefield 6 has been a great, I would say, a marvelous launch. There are, of course, many things to improve on, but I'm not going to get into it. I think it's safe to say that we have 1,000 videos of how to improve the game. Today I will be focusing on this new map that just came out. Like I said, this map is called Eastwood. It's set in California. It sort of reminds me of the Battle Royale map. I would really say it still feels like completely different, but thematically it kind of reminds me of the Red Sec map. Does this matter? Not really. Like I said, the gameplay is quite different from Red Sec. As for the aesthetics themselves, I think the map looks really good. Probably one of the most detailed ones we've had in this franchise. The destruction is really good. Like really, really good. You could basically collapse all the houses. Now, as for the technical details of the map, so modes, this map actually has all the modes available in it, which is a very good thing. For some really stupid reason, the Blackwell Fields map, which was the first map that launched Season 1, it only had some modes. I would maybe say 5 or 6 modes. For example, lacked an escalation variant, which was really stupid, considering it's one of the best additions in this game, I would say. So we have more modes available for this map. In fact, we have all the modes which are available in Battlefield 6, available on this map. So that's great. As for the vehicle types, we have tanks, we have all the normal infantry vehicles, we have even golf carts. Then we have some helicopters as well. There's that. No jets in this map, which I would say is okay because, well, there are some issues with the helicopter, which definitely would have been worse if we had jets in this map. The breakthrough mode is 48 players on this map. So, I don't know if you guys, how much you've stayed up to date. A few days ago, a Battlefield in Silence kind of swapped some maps to 48 player variants when playing Breakthrough. That being said, I think Breakthrough on this map is really good, so no issues there. Just thought I'd point out. So I would say that is pretty much it from the technical details. Now, for the actual flow of the map, in this video I'm going to focus solely on the main modes in Battlefield 6, Conquest, Escalation, and Breakthrough. So I think I'll begin with Conquest. The sites themselves are okay. The main issue, I would say, they are a bit jam-packed in the middle, and I know this is also an opinion that has been, for example, on Reddit. Now, you could argue this makes for a very chaotic experience, which I'd say is good, but after the 10th game on this map, it becomes a bit annoying, maybe. I'm just being a bit nitpicky here. I think, in general, the points are pretty well placed. I like that there are also 2 points further away from the map, so it's pretty easy to go and get them. What else? Well, Escalation features 7 points, so from A to G. Escalation, I would argue, is the intended mode for this map. Now, why is that? Well, first of all, you have lots of sites. On top of that, as the game goes on, the sites decrease, and eventually everything is centered in the middle part of the map, which has this clubhouse, I guess I'd call it. The chaos is truly crazy. I would say Escalation is the thing that this map has going for it. Great job there, great job there. Well, Breakthrough, I think I've only once maybe got to the final section. Beginning, the first sector is really like attacker-sided. The attackers usually get that one. But the second 2 sites, it's a bit harder. I think that makes sense in a way, that the first site is usually easily captured by attackers, but then it gets harder as they go on. So I guess they did well in that regard. Breakthrough experience as a whole, it's okay. So the attackers, they have one tank at the start of the game, and the defenders don't have anything at the start of the game. So usually a good strategy is to, at least if nobody else is doing it, you go and pick the engineer class and just shoot down the tanks. That does wonders if you're trying to get some tips here how to even survive the attack on the first sector, which is pretty hard. Those are like my first impressions of the map in general. I would say it's great to have a map that is again a bit bigger. I would not say this is the biggest map in the game, in the same ballpark as I would say Mirak Valley, maybe slightly smaller. But some suggestions for the developers. I think the middle section is almost great. The sites are maybe a bit too close to each other. It becomes really this kind of competition who gets first on the roof with a helicopter, and then they just shoot people down. It's just a battle of rooftops really in the center of the map, so I think that is a bit annoying. Usually you can pretty easily get up to the roof. There are many ladders. I've seen at least 2 ladders to the roof. I think there are maybe a few more, hopefully.
Another issue I mentioned in the beginning of the video are the helicopters and their borders in the air. So in many of the helicopters you can't really fly that high up, only like 100 meters up. Pretty weird solution from DICE. I think you should be able to fly higher up with a helicopter. It's kind of the same issue I have with Manhattan Bridge. So the issue I have with these both maps now is that you can't fly that high up with the helicopter, which ends up in you dying from an RPG shot or something else. I have been already able plenty of times to shoot down helicopters in this new map with an RPG, just because they are flying so low, because they can't really fly that high up in the air. It also ends up with you being locked by pretty much everything. I wish that's something that DICE thinks about in the future, and I also hope it's something that they can change in this map. It's almost a perfect map. There are just a few small tweaks, and we could be there.
One more aspect I forgot to tell you guys about is the battle pickups that are in this map. Basically, these are special weapons that you can find on the map. They are marked with this yellow icon. These can be railguns, and there's a minigun as well. It has some ridiculous recoil, but it is there, so you can try that out. If you manage to hit with it, it does some pretty okay damage. Yeah, there might be some other battle pickup variants as well, but so far this is the only map in the game that has these battle pickups. For the next video, I think I'm gonna go through first month impressions. It's hard to really review completely season 1 because we still have a winter map coming up, I think a new melee weapon as well, but I think it's pretty safe to almost make a verdict of the season in a later video here. So stay tuned for that, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was first of many Battlefield videos to come, I would say. And if you like this, make sure to give it a like. I'm not going to be the one who's asking likes at the beginning of the videos, so if you like this, let me know. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one.